Indiana starts first down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, thought about the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Roy going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Your Indiana Hoosiers are 6-0. Let's freaking go. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Seth. Let's go, listener. Because there's only like one of you guys. Welcome to episode 223, game recap of the win at Northwestern. We're here, full house. No more musical chairs or what did you call it? A merry-go-round?
I did.
I think.
I did call it a merry-go-round.
No more of that, at least for
Not after
one
this game.
episode.
Not after this game. You can't.
Yeah. So we're here, full house. Seth's here. He's here. He's vacation Seth, mustache and all, cutoff shirt.
Staycation Seth goes.
Yes.
Just has a ring.
Barely any other hair other than that caterpillar across his top lip. All right, so let's get right into it. Game number 6. You heard me at the beginning, 6-0. That means we've won all 6 games. Final score: Indiana 41, Northwestern 24. First start. We're going to go through a couple things here real quick. First start, 6-0 since 1967. We have yet to trail in a game, Brandon, all season. Northwestern has never given up over 400 yards in a game this season. They gave up over 500 to IU. 529 to be exact.
Yeah,
529, yep. At the time, we were the only bowl eligible team in the country. It took until Sunday morning and Miami being down 35-10 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter and a massive comeback for them to join us at 6-0 as the only other two teams in the country at 6-0.
The Coke
and
kicked
we are
in.
now
The Coke kicked in for
yes. Oh yes. There was a joke on Webitard about that. It's like the Coke versus the
Woke versus Coke.
Woke versus Coke. That's what it was. Yeah. And Woke lost. Woke had to go to bed. Number 18.
Protests start early, guys. Protests start early.
Oh my gosh. Number 18 in the AP poll and 20 in the coaches poll. Voted as high as number 7 in the AP poll. I don't know who did it. I never went back to check to see.
Also, some people had a number unranked.
Huge.
We had like the biggest swing in we were high as 7 and as low as unranked.
How do you go unranked?
They're
from 23rd to unranked. No idea. After a win. Yeah, Seth.
I would just recklessly blame somebody in the SEC, probably Paul Feinbaum.
It's always Feinbaum.
So they don't
always Feinbaum.
They don't always make those public, or they don't make all of them public. I don't think. Do they?
I think they just make the beat writers for the teams public, or whoever the AP writer for the team is. I think that one's public, but not like
not all of them.
National writers, if that makes sense. All right. Anything else you guys want to add about stat wise or fun stuff, or we're 3-0 in the Big Ten.
That stadium was awesome. Like, I know it's like a JV awesome soccer field, but it's literally like waves crashing into the breakers right across the behind the stands. It's fabulous.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool.
It
was very Mickey Mouse. Yeah, my brother lives up there in Chicago. He went to the game, as well as maybe if it's 15,000 people, I'd say maybe 10,000 other IU fans. He said it was crazy. It was legit a pseudo home game. I thought it would be pretty good, 50-50 maybe 60-40 Northwestern, but it was a very solid IU crowd there. And even Rourke said something about it in the post game about how it's nice to go on the road and play in front of crowd like this in Evanston and at the Rose Bowl.
So I got
amazing.
A few things to add. Can we throw out IU's over under? They have been over for like every single game, and yet I still see like every selection, everyone is like still picking them to be close to the over under. Like they're perfect against the spread, and they are crushing the over under.
Yeah.
So I just want to make note of that. I also want to say really cut down on the penalties, 3 penalties, and dominated the time of possession against a team that wanted to dominate the time of possession.
A team that wanted to run the ball, Brandon, and couldn't run the ball outside of one play. We'll get into it. Let's get into it. Let's start. We're new format, play of the game. I've got 4 listed. You guys can't take any of mine because there's only 2 of you. So, Brandon, go ahead.
I mean, it's
so many to choose from.
It's the play that got the picture of the day, the Williams touchdown.
Okay.
I mean, that was unbelievable in my mind.
The blind throw, is that what you're talking about? Where Rourke had a dude in his face and just launched it over to right where he was supposed to be. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think I shook my house when that happened.
So nice. Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen the picture, maybe Seth will tweet it out while we're recording it right now, so you guys will see it before this actually airs. It's in the group chat, Seth. Seth, what's your play of the game?
Yeah, I had the Horton touchdown. I think he's one of my favorites. I've been touting him all season, and to get him to essentially have that not the go ahead, but like the clinching touchdown that also pushed the over. Helps the game, helps my wallet. No complaints there.
You know what my favorite part of that play was? That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was 1st and goal from the 4. And they ran a pass play on a play action with motion from left to right with Horton. It was just an incredible play call. I'm going to go with the one I cannot believe you guys didn't take. There's 2 left on the board, in my opinion. One, the Miles Cross toe tap touchdown on 4th and goal to make it 14-7. A beautiful catch to get up there in the back of the end zone. He's wide open. Rourke should have probably put a better ball on him, but wide open. He makes another spectacular catch. This time, unfortunately, he used both hands to catch the ball and then brought it down and got just the tiniest little, just the tip of his,
just for a second.
His foot inbounds. And it was beautiful. The other one I think we might be forgetting, maybe you guys are forgetting, the Keyshawn Williams middle screen where he went for 52 yards.
Yeah, he just kept bouncing. Just kept
put
bouncing.
Everybody into a spin cycle across the field. It was incredible. Amazing. And he's not a big guy, and he carried 3 dudes for like a good 10 yards too at the end of the run. I mean, there's
every single one of his plays are electric. He doesn't touch the ball often.
Good.
But he has 4 touchdowns on 13 grabs, and he's averaging 14 yards a catch.
Yeah.
Some
of those grabs are small. Think about the touchdown he scored at UCLA inside the 10. The touchdown he scored today inside the 5. Like he's
I don't feel like he's always done this though. I mean, if you look at him back at Wake, averaged 15 yards, 14 yards. His last season, he only averaged 10, long of 75, long of 42, long of 52. Like, it's kind of what this guy does. And I'll take blame and ownership of it. I didn't really kind of pick this as our big play guy, right? I think we were thinking McCulley. We were thinking the Miles. Here's our big play guy right here.
Yeah.
I
don't think we're allowed to have the guy I want to talk about as stock up. So I don't think we'll talk about him. Maybe we will. But how about Elijah Surratt being a big play guy just every time he touches the football? Every time he catches the ball is ridiculous.
I can confidently say, which is crazy halfway through the season, he's the second best receiver he's the second best receiver in the
conference.
Big Ten.
Seth is shaking his head.
Who's better? Mbuka? You think Mbuka's better?
Both the Ohio State guys. But that's the end of the list.
I haven't watched Ohio State, so I can't attest to that.
The true freshman and then Mbuka.
Yeah. I'll have to see the true freshman. I think.
Head to head, he beat oh my god, Felton from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were on the same field, and you could tell who was better.
Yeah,
yeah.
Felton's an NFL guy. He's an NFL guy.
He's a
friend. Surratt's an NFL guy. I mean, his body looks NFL. You know who he reminds me of, and it's just because he plays for the team that I watch NFL wise. But doesn't he remind you a little bit of Pittman? A little bit of Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
the way he's built, the way he's got like weird underrated speed to him. He's got great hands. He'll make catches in traffic. He can go deep if you need him to. I think he's a real solid player, man, and I'm so excited. That's why I don't think you can have him on stock up. He's been incredible. Did he go over 100 again?
I got it up now. He went 135.
7 for 135. Yep.
He's ridiculous. Over 100 again. And it was somebody I think we were a little bit disappointed with at the beginning of the season. But granted, I think we'd all kind of played out with what I was kind of saying and hoping I was right about, which was we were kind of building everything up as the season came out, and that's what's happening. So, all right, let's get right into it. Stocks. I'm going to make a rule here, and you guys can tell me if we should do it or not. Okay, we'll see. I'm saying no stock down on offense. We can do a stock down on defense, but I've got nobody on offense to do stock down on. Unless you've got
zero.
I got
zero
like
stock
side
downs.
guy.
I got zero stock.
You got a stock down on offense, Seth? No. Okay, yeah. So no stock downs on offense. Let's start with the negative stuff, and then we'll go back into the positive stuff. All right. We have to do, I think, a stock down on defense. I don't think our defense played poor, but to the standards of what we've seen this season, it was a little sketchy. So, Brandon, who do you got? You got anybody stock down, D?
I don't.
Don't. Okay. Seth.
Yeah, I did. This was conceptual, not a specific player.
That's what I'm going for.
But the QB contain. They did a heck of a better job in the second half. I rewatched the first half later. The second half, they added a spy, Aiden Fisher. A lot of the times, the QB rush lanes were much more contained, much more coordinated to corral Lausch. But that's the whole thing is like Lausch is not the most athletic guy. So if you have an athletic quarterback who can exploit those matchups a little bit more and get out in space, it's not the quarterback designed run so much that I'm worried about. It's those extensions of passing plays outside of the pocket where there might be some, Billy Edwards, we thought might have been good enough to do that. He wasn't. Lausch has a little bit of speed to get outside, but to put the game on his legs wasn't really what the answer. I don't know. Will Howard might be close. I don't think there's really that many guys out there really who could potentially be that guy. But that's something you got to be worried about a little bit as athletic quarterbacks against this defense.
So I have rewatched this game, and this is including key plays on YouTube TV. I've rewatched the game 3 times. And what I noticed on defense was this is the first time all season we've had an offense that wanted to dink and dunk us up and down the field. And they did. 6-yard curl, 6-yard curl, 5-yard in, 5-yard out, 6-yard curl. And that's not what our defense has had to this point, and they're going to have to fix it because people are going to expose it, as has been built for. I mean, look at Bryce Kurtz. He had 10 catches for 128 yards. There's not a big catch in there. Or he had the one huge catch that, honestly, if you go back and rewatch it, the defense is in the right position. The ball just falls right in between 2 players. 2 defensive players. Probably should have made a pick there. And Kurt Signetti says it in his post-game press conference. It can't happen. No, it can't happen. It's inexcusable. But Coach Signetti says that in his press conference. He said, I thought the defense played well, had one big play in the pass game where there were 2 people around it. Farrell should have made a pick there. Again, very young. He's very young. True sophomore. He's still getting used to everything. That won't happen like that happened against Northwestern again. I can promise you that. Mine was, I was going to pick a player, but I don't think it's fair. I think that it's kind of a scheme thing, like what Seth said. I think it's something that was exposed through a bye week with Northwestern and would have been exposed moving forward, but now we've got this bye week to work on it, and I think we'll adjust it. So I'll go with lack of takeaways. Is that a concern for you guys?
No. I think Indiana turned out to be fraudulent. right? I think a team built on turnovers is susceptible to when you don't get those, what happens, right? You'd like to see more. You'd like to see more. But the fact that we're doing what we're doing without it shows room for growth, right? The defense has not hit its ceiling yet, which is encouraging, in my opinion.
Seth, did you have something?
Yeah, I was just going to add that I'm not too worried about it because I think that we all knew that Northwestern was going to be very conservative going in. And the reason Lausch got the start over Wright was because he wasn't putting the ball in perilous situations. So I think that played a lot into it. Is this was a game where the ball wasn't going to be, kind of free a lot. So for this game, it wasn't so much of a worry.
All right. I agree. I think it's a mindset thing. And I've got a thing at the end here I want to talk about that I took from Coach's post-game press conference. I haven't watched this press conference today. I don't know why I didn't watch it, but that I took away from that really hit. I think that I've been trying to beat into my own brain. And I think even Brandon and I talked about it during and after the Maryland game, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's move on to stock up. Since we spent so much time on stock down on defense, we'll start on defense and we'll go to offense. Stock up on defense for you, Brandon.
I mean, again, I think there's a theme here. Is a lot of these guys can their stock go up? Of course it can go up. Stock can always go up. For me, it's Kamara. It's consistency for me that I've seen from him. Not only is he stacking. He just looks so good. He's done it against several Big Ten teams now. We've had guys that can put up a game or two and impact the game. He's impacted it for half a season, and that's very, very encouraging. One thing I did want to note, he played every single snap. I don't know if I love that. Him and Aiden Fisher never came off the field. Almost unheard of for a defensive line.
Coach was asked about that. Yeah, Coach was asked about that in the post-game press conference and basically said it's just how it's going to be. That's how he is. He wants to be on the field. That's what he's going to want to do. Seth, what are we doing? Stock up on defense.
Yeah, my default answer was Kamara too. He came up with the sack at the end that I thought was big. But then I also had D'Angelo Pons. He had 2 pass deflections. He had a tackle for loss from the cornerback position. That's fairly rare. So just very, very good game from him. But yeah, Kamara with that clutch sack to really cinch things up, I thought was another special play that you could have included in the key plays of the game.
I wanted that to be a strip sack so bad. Just to finish the game like that. I mean, either way to finish the game, that was it. The game was over. It was all wrapped up at that point. But to get the strip sack would have been so great. And if Linnell Carr could just get down and pick that puppy up and take it to the house, then that would have just topped it off. So I'm gonna go with a stock up that was by subtraction, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go with Jalen Walker. I think we missed him a lot when he went out with that shoulder injury. And I think that hopefully, fingers crossed.
He only played a quarter and a half.
Yeah. Fingers crossed he's okay and he can bounce back after the bye week. But this is something he's had surgery on before. And hopefully it's not anything too super crazy. But I guess he was seeing no pads, arm in a sling coming out after the team was out after halftime. So it'll be good to have him back because, man, he is athletic as heck. But I thought Isaiah Jones and what's his name? Hardy. Let's go Hardy. Yeah, Hardy.
Yeah.
Hardy was really good. I thought they were good. Outside of that one move that Lausch put on Hardy where he just juked him out of his shorts, I thought he was very good. But again, very young kid, redshirt freshman, a lot of potential there. Has our only defensive touchdown of the year, too. So let's go. Stock up offense, plenty to pick from. Man, I want to guess which way Brandon's going to go, but I'll just let him do it. Go ahead.
Kalen Black.
Holy cow. Where I was going. Yep.
Again, kind of similar. I did not expect him to be a guy to make the impact that he has. I mean, we talked about that about Williams. Black's in the same vein. I mean, I think we thought he was kind of buried on the depth chart, but I think explosiveness, I've talked about that a few times. I mean, Lawton and Justice Ellison are becoming so consistent, but they don't have that burst Kalon Black does. He has that, he can take this to the house. Every time he touches the ball, he has the ability to take it to the house. And that is a dynamic that I wasn't anticipating coming into the season, and one that I think complements Lawton and Ellison's consistency very, very well.
Yep. So, yeah, I'll wait till you're done, Seth, with yours to talk about just that room in general. But go ahead.
No.
Yeah, sorry, real quick on Kalon Black, 6.6 yards a carry on 5 carries.
Yeah,
go ahead.
5
Seth.
carries, 33 yards. That's the name I had written down too, and I think it's the only name because everybody else you expected. Everybody else took, Strap, 130. Okay, great. Rourke, 303. Okay, great. Whatever. 380 and 3. You know, but it was Kalon Black. And the two words I had written down were burst and bam. Because it's not just, Brandon talked about the burst. I'll skip over that. But he runs with a violence. He has just a viciousness about him. And he loves the contact. And the dudes bounce back. There's a couple times where it's shoulder pad to shoulder pad, and the defender, his butt kind of just like bubbles back a couple yards. You're like, you kind of get those, it's just those fun kind of plays, and you see him making them a lot. Again, he only had 5 touches, but it felt like all 5 of those had potential to be, kind of game changers.
One thing that I don't know if they've shown yet is he had 27 grabs for 254 at JMU last year. He's only gotten 2 receptions this year. So maybe there's a little wrinkle of a screen game or a tunnel game or a something in the works for Kalon Black other than what we're seeing right now. Because again, they played 13 games last year. So he caught 2 balls a game. They clearly know what he is capable of. 27 catches for a back is, in a college football season, is pretty dang good. And we haven't seen anything like that so far. So, that's one thing that I'm kind of looking out for from Kalon Black's bag that we haven't seen yet. But he certainly has it.
So here are my names. We talked enough about Keyshawn Williams. He's ridiculous. 4 catches, 87 yards, a touchdown. Kalon Black was the second one I have written down. I put Rourke on here, but I don't think he can get any higher. I do want to talk about how this is his 3rd straight Big Ten game with three plus touchdowns, and it's the first quarterback to do it for IU in 55 years.
You want to know what they had for that prop? If you had just done 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, you could have gotten that at plus 450. So just keep note. It won't be like that next game, but maybe it's plus 300. You can get 4-1 for him throwing for 303 touchdowns, which he's done every game. Now, maybe he doesn't do it.
Go ahead.
Now, maybe he doesn't do it against the Nebraska defense that we'll talk about here in a week. But, man, like you said, it's just to piggyback on what you said, 303 touchdowns from Rourke seems like just another day.
Which is crazy.
Easy. 96 QBR. It's great decision making.
He makes it look so easy. He had 2, 3 throws, I think, that stand out to me. He had one that he kind of threw into coverage, and then he had 2 that were just kind of sailed a little bit. Outside of that, everything was spot on. Everything looks so effortless when he's throwing the football too. Talk all you want about his footwork. I think we've had that discussion before from some scouts or whatever, but
just a scout.
That's not
singular.
I think at this point, go watch the quarterback playing right now. Tell me about his stupid footwork. Tell me he's not a good quarterback, right? That's Mahomes, by the way, who I hate saying that about, but it is what it is. I don't think that really matters anymore, but I'll go with the last one. I'm going to go with the 2-headed monster in Ellison and Lawton. They averaged 4.9 and 5.2 yards per carry. combined for 120 yards on 24 carries and 2 touchdowns against the number 30-something, 32 ranked rushing defense in the country. We outran them, and their specialty was to run the ball against us. We shut that down outside of 135-yard run, and they couldn't do anything to stop our run. 4.9, 5.2, 6.6 were their top 3 running backs. Just very good. I mean, maybe you shout out the offensive line. Did they get a sack? We go 0 sacks again?
Yeah, so I had that. I had 2 other people. I had a position group, and I have another player that I want to talk about. But yeah, the O-line gave up 0 sacks. For the season, how many sacks do we think Curtis Rourke has taken? I don't know this. I'm looking it up. I'm
going 2.
5. But 1 a game, averaging 1 a game is not bad. You would take less than a sack a game in 3 Big Ten games.
Yeah.
Right? Like if your quarterback's getting sacked 10 times a year, which is the pace that he's on, that's incredible. It's an incredible season if your quarterback's only been taken down less than a dozen times.
I agree.
Can I add the other player?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Real quick. And he made 1 catch. But I love the way he looked. And I love if he can find a way into this offense, right? And that's EJ Williams. If he can just be a red zone target, or if he can just be a 3rd down big body that you can throw it up to, that's huge. I think we know he isn't going to be probably a game changer, but with the running back and wide receiver room, you don't need a game changer. You need a reliable 4th, 5th option that can go and get you a catch when needed. So again,
helps that he's 6'5" too.
Right. So again, like his stock probably couldn't have went lower. That's his own, because that was his only catch of the entire season. But didn't it look good?
He's gonna take those McCulley reps now.
Yep.
From what he might have gotten, or maybe a little bit less than what McCulley would have had. But all you got to do is buy in and keep showing up and keep practicing hard and keep doing what you're supposed to do, and you'll get your reps. And I've always liked him. I liked him last year in the few games he got to play, and then at the end of the season he really came on real hard. And then I think that he kind of ran into another injury bug in the off season and in the spring, and so keeping him healthy, using him where we can use him, he'll be a huge piece. So let's do a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get into revisit predictions and randos, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up from there. So, all right, be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. And we're back. Thank you. Pre-recorded, Michael. Let's revisit predictions. He's finally here, Seth, to take his trophy, his win. I think number 2 or 3 in a row at this point. Seth, your prediction, Northwestern 14, IU 31. You were off by a total of 20 points. My prediction, which I did in the hallway on my way to put my kids to bed while you guys were texting me a bunch. Northwestern 6, IU 34. I was off by 25 total points. Brandon, Northwestern 17, IU 41. Off by 1 touchdown. Brandon wins again, 3 in a row. We will get you your prize at some point, whatever that.
So obviously we spend so many hours on this. I have not been this dialed in on a team, just like understanding a team, since the COVID year. Remember the COVID year where I seemingly could not lose a bet and just again, on these predictions, just nailed. I just feel like I know this team so well. And it's honestly, it's Michael, you help a lot because you provide all the information. Seth, you help a lot because you keep us humble. So I could not be where I'm at with my knowledge without you two contributing. So I accept my reward, but in my thank you speech, I have to give it to my team because you guys have allowed me to get here. So thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Seth.
This is how I felt last year when I was on a roll, and it was the exact opposite. It was like 41 for Northwestern, IU 14.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Good for you, Brandon. You deserved it.
Yeah, and for getting that, you can do your randos. Hit us with some randos, Brando.
There we go. So what do you think about all the people nationally that seem to now have rose-colored glasses? Are you liking the attention, or are you like me feeling hipster? Like, I knew about this IU team before you knew about this team. So I'm just curious, Bragg, how you feel about that. And then Seth, as obviously a Purdue fan, how you feel about the national hype.
So I want us to stay under the radar as much as possible. When it comes to the Big Ten people, that's impossible. That we can't do that because of, that's their job. When it comes to the national stuff, I haven't seen too much out of some of the clips that we've shared inside of our group chat. Pat,
it's all over College Game Day. It's all over the McAfee show. It's all over. I mean, the SEC network still hates IU. Like it's pretty funny. But everyone else, right? I mean, it's a talking point on every single show.
I try to avoid it. Honestly, like I even stay off the message boards, which I know are a great place. I'm sure right now, maybe not after.
The basketball boys have been over. The basketball boys are over.
Yeah. So this is the time for me to be on the message boards. 10 years ago, Michael, it would have been all over it. Now I just don't have the time.
I'm such a hipster about it. I'm such
Me too. I'm with you.
Shut up. All these people, just shut up.
The one
coming from a guy who predicted 7-5. So
yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna. I think. Well, coming for how's 9-3 looking now, Seth? How's 9-3 looking now?
Pretty good.
All right. I'll let you guys have this, but I'll just say that it sucks being like all these fake ass IU fans coming out of the woodwork and just talking shit about Purdue having it's like, okay, for you guys who have been through the terrible years, like I'll take it. Lumps are fine, but it's like. You guys just bought like your first IU football shirt of all time, and now all of a sudden you're like, "You guys suck, donkey dick." It's like, yeah, we do. Okay, fine.
I bought one of my friends a Rourke shirt, like literally, like hammered Saturday night. He was in my group chat. He's a Florida State fan, Florida State season ticket holder, and he was there. And as they are he's just like, Curtis Rourke is my quarterback. I'm an IU fan. He's like, Brandon, if you get me a Curtis Rourke shirt, I will wear that every day down around Florida. So I went and I got a jersey for like $30.
The NIL, is it NIL? Does it help him?
I don't know.
Pay Kurt.
I wasn't probably not in the right mind to actually do that research. All I Googled was Curtis Rourke shirt, and I'm like, I can spend $30.
Yeah, that's good enough.
But anyway, I'm hipster about it. You're staying away from it, and Seth is just mad about the Purdue hate.
Because I'm hipster. I'm with you on that. I stay away from it because I don't want to see it because it makes me feel sick.
Yep. All right. Yeah. My next rando is so you're off message boards and you're off Twitter. Seth, what do you think the Nebraska message boards are saying about IU?
You mean the phone lines? Because I don't know if they have no message boards. No, I assume they. Oh God, I feel like you teed me up for this based off of the rant I went on earlier today.
They are the worst people.
Nebraska is the best team that nobody's talking about in the Big Ten right now. They got an all-star quarterback who's going to be the next coming. He's Patrick Mahomes Jr. Jr. I mean, they have the black shirts are back. They've got the best fans in all the Big Ten. It's everything is going Nebraska's way right now. So, yeah, I think they think IU is just a joke. They're about ready to crunch.
They don't think it's a joke, but so again, Peegs. If you're
they think they're
going to
bring IU to reality, back to reality.
Correct. They're like, we've played Colorado, Illinois, Rutgers. That's better than anyone they've played. Look at our recruiting talent. Look at our coaching staffs. Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about their NFL coach. Yeah,
they're troll of a coach.
No. He's an NFL caliber coach.
Okay.
So, not really calling like IU frauds, but the second part where they want to keep IU humble. Like they don't know what's going to come to Bloomington. And another thing that might not be wrong. I'm not making.
Hey, they lost to Illinois, by the way.
They did. But the refs screwed them out of it. That's
okay.
They did not lose it. And Altmaier played his best game
and they only beat Purdue by 18 points.
And it was 7-3 at the end of the third, by the way. But we're not making this a
2 pick sixes, I think.
You're gonna force me to say it, aren't you? They didn't want to kick field goals. They need to prove a point.
But yes, they think they're gonna come and take over Bloomington. And they are gonna show IU what a football school does.
Yep. No.
That is what the message boards are saying on the 247 Nebraska. They're not coming over to the IU boards yet, but people like the Nebraska boards are insanely confident.
They're on a bye too.
Yeah.
Which I think helps IU, by the way.
I do too.
But
they're on the Reddit board.
Are they?
Last rando for me. Since I have not had to do a tailgate on my own.
Oh, don't do this. You're going to make me sick to my stomach.
Right?
Go ahead.
Do I try to pull off a tailgate? When we obviously have time to talk about this. We'll talk about this next week. But I just want to don't even answer it, Bragg. So this is a hypothetical future rando. Tell me how you would like tailgating done for the homecoming game, and I'll do it. Now it might just either be me or Sasha or me and a friend, but think about it. Hypothetical future rando, but I am 100% going. 100% going.
Go early, bring lots of beer, and just park next to those dudes with the inflatable wavy arm guy with the big speaker that was sitting our lot now, and just find somebody to party with. And even if it's just you and your wife, walk around, go see the walk, go see Big Noon. That's going to happen. Big Noon Saturday, Big Noon Kickoff, whatever it's called. That's going to happen. So you'll go find Matt Leinart, throw some beers at him, and just enjoy every second of it and just pretend like I'm there in spirit and have like 1,000 beers.
That seems awesome.
Steal one of those corn hats off of one of the guys' heads and then just throw it in the garbage or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Light it on fire.
By the way, I've been told as of this morning at 11 a.m. less than 1,000 tickets left, including resale. Less than 1,000 tickets left for the game. So bring all your Cornhusker people you want to bring, buddy. You ain't gonna have that many people in there outside of your visitors.
Unless they've already bought. Unless that is.
Unless they bought it pre, I guess. But yeah. Cool. Yeah, just drink a lot of beer. Get drunk. Make your wife drive home.
That's all I got.
Okay, Seth, your sack.
Yeah, I got one. So it is Monday Night Football. I am in a barn burner. I have to hope that Pat Mahomes doesn't have 17 more points in the Kansas City defense in order to hold on. Who right now in the NFL is the last player you want going with, essentially you're already in the barn and they're breathing down your neck to potentially take over the game.
I mean,
Joe Flacco.
I'm biased because I have him on both teams, and even though he was just out, is Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors, baby.
He has no
Neighbors, baby.
he has no competition for targets. I mean, look what Darius Slayton did.
Yep.
And
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah. So with Neighbors in, he's a guy that can consistently get you 40. And then also don't look now, but Jamar Chase is starting to put up some monster weeks.
I think if you're going to pick one player that you just don't want to see on the other team, because I see this almost every week. I was just kind of kidding about that Flacco, but that Flacco game was pretty good. I don't know, man. I think like Lamar. Well, right now it's probably Jaden Daniels, or I think Neighbors is a good shout, dude. That Neighbors is a good shout. But I've got him on my team too, and it sucks that he was out last week or this week. But it is what it is.
I'm in a barn burner too. I currently have a 54% chance to win.
I'm done. I'm out. So I'm out on mine.
Yeah, A-Chain getting a concussion hurt me. That was a first quarter. Concussions are always brutal.
Yeah, Aaron Jones getting hurt kind of.
I'm going to put up 131 and lose. It's always good.
All right.
That's it. So this is the part I kind of hinted at this at the beginning. So I don't know if you guys have seen this post-game press conference or not, but somebody, I can't remember what he asked him, but he asked him something about how do you think, what was the mindset when Northwestern was starting to come back and do everything else? And this was the thing that hit home to me, Brandon, and I think it will to you. And I think you probably heard me say something like this before. This was his quote. The number one thing you have to do is change the way people think about this program. He said, this is a championship mindset level program. It's not the same as it was before. And what I said was we need to stop being afraid of adversity. Stop being worried about a team figuring things out when they've had a week to prepare. Stop assuming that teams are going to fight back and we're just going to roll over and lose the game like we have for the last 10, 15 years, right? This team's different. The coaching staff is different. You have to allow your mindset to change about this program and the way that it's going to go. Sure, we haven't played, the best competition, I guess you would say, throughout it, but Maryland's a pretty decent team. They'll probably make a bowl. Charlotte picked up a win over the weekend. They beat East Carolina. But I mean, we weren't perfect on Saturday and still walked away with a 17-point convincing win. And look who couldn't win on Saturday. USC, Alabama, Michigan, Missouri. Well, we know Purdue couldn't win. You could go up and down the top 25, the top 10. How many people lost in the top 10? 4 or 5 top 10 teams lost? Something like that, or maybe in the top 11. Miami had no business winning that game had it not been for Cam Ward throwing for 277 yards in the fourth quarter or something like that. We're killing these teams. And just because you had a little bit of adversity in this game doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen every game. And it doesn't mean you're going to get the same team that would roll over and just let it happen. So not saying everybody thinks like that. I'm just saying, I think we need to start thinking a little bit different as a total fan base. I think it's happening. Maybe I'm just talking to myself on this. I don't know. We'll see. All right. That's all I got. Anybody else got anything?
I got a final statement. And I can't say I directly remember verbatim for what I called you for. Cause one, the booze was flowing. And the second one, the adrenaline was running. But I think a second half team is something I've never seen from an IU team before. And it was 100% because of coaching. There was halftime adjustments. There was strategy change. We didn't spy until the second half. We didn't start press coveraging until the second half. We didn't start running a more creative offense until the second half, right? Those are things that you just don't see out of the college game One, because there's a limited amount of time for student athletes, and there are a myriad of reasons. But that second half team showed me that this isn't just a bad schedule. This isn't a product of a few talented players. This is a bought-in team with an A-plus coaching staff that can really make a difference. And if you had a reason to be skeptical, the second half of last week's game should get rid of absolute all of that. It wasn't a few big broken plays. It wasn't talent rising to the top. There was things that were repeatable against an Ohio State, against a Michigan, against a Nebraska. There were things that happened in that game that there's no reason why. It wasn't a tipped pick six. It wasn't a kick return touchdown. It wasn't. There were things that were 100% repeatable, and that starts getting really exciting because I think that's a sign of a really, really good team.
I heard a stat, or he talked about a stat in his post-game press conference that I just confirmed. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We have given up 0 points in the first quarter through the first 6 games. 0 points. We have given up a total of 17 points in the fourth quarter through the 6 games. I didn't have enough time to go through while you were talking to see how many points we've scored in those 2, but I bet you it's 1,000. Like the comparison's got to be insane. We shut them down in the fourth quarter. No more of that crap. And it's exactly like what you're talking about. It's a totally repeatable process. The players are bought in that are here still, and the coaches are just incredible. So, Seth, anything else? You did unmute yourself. Like you, nope. Okay, cool.
No, sure. I was just going to say that. Yeah, hold on. I will. I was going to say that Northwestern was going to beat themselves. IU had to put them away, and that's what they did in the fourth quarter. Is they, physically, made it so that Northwestern didn't have a chance to come back, and so that was what was really impressive to see is a team that didn't beat themselves, and they were still able to take advantage, or not even take advantage of those errors, but just win through their own sheer will.
Yep.
Yes.
Agree 100%.
Yes, 100%. All right, let's do it. Let's wrap it up. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Hour IUFB. And be sure to download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. Join us again as we take on the bye week and give you guys a bunch of crap to listen to, at least for one pod. Yeah, man, that's it.
Big cheers. Big cheers, IU Nation. Big cheers to all the listeners, and big cheers to you, Michael, who I will see when. When will I be seeing you next?
The Washington game.
Washington, 10/26.
10/26.
3 weeks.
I've still not ruled out maybe hitching a ride down with you and Sasha and then Ubering just by myself. Have Chelsea drive to the airport by herself. I'll Uber up.
Because what time's your flight?
5:00.
You can leave at halftime and make it.
Yeah.
You can tailgate and go for a half.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
I might be available to help.
Yeah, I already sold the parking pass, so that's the problem. What are you going to do? Where are you going to park?
You two can drive down with us.
How am I going
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. This is bad.
Okay. All right. Whatever. All right.
We'll talk about it later. All right. Cheers, everyone.
See you later. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, bye.